4 days each month. Mine sometimes extends to 7. I remember coming back home one day with that one injury that didn't really hurt but bled, bringing me all the comfort of being confined in a dark room, enjoying all the treats for those days. Everything was same, but from that day onwards, I was seen in a certain way and confined from a few places. Kitchen, God, and temple. God and temple, I agreed, but kitchen, I assure you, with my bare hands, I've touched every single item in the kitchen. Disclaimer: no one was hurt or killed during the process. Mom was not willing to listen, and dad, on the other hand, was seemingly helpless. As a negotiator between our arguments, me and my mom, whenever I called him during his office hours, saying, "You need to shift me in another location, your wife is messing with me," he always mentioned, "Kitchen is her department, I can't help you with this." I was shattered. It continued for a few years until internet happened and I learned about the concept of feminism, which was new for me. I wanted to try it, but I failed miserably. I also realized if I don't speak for this, I'm not a feminist. But surprisingly, with time, Mom realized and things changed for me. She was not conservative, but also not modern enough to let me do my thing. Kitchen was my safe permit. But I realized she only agreed because I helped her with it. I was trying to be a feminist and she was a great opportunist. I hate working in the kitchen. That one thing that I hate doing, I fought for it in all honesty just to be a feminist. Not the actual kind, the misinterpreted one. Nothing to do with untouchability. Judge me, but nowadays I urge Mom to not let me enter the kitchen during those days. These 4 days is like a retreat for me. Full-fledged vacation. I enjoy every bit of it. And I always find a way to sneak in for food and water since I've been doing it for a really long time. I am a pro at this. Yes, I put life of my family members at stake for food. I stand here as a legacy of all women who have suffered for generations. I rest on their behalf so that their soul rest in peace, seeing me skip home chores as a compensation for all the hard work they did. I'm a bad feminist and also God-fearing. I'm scared to touch idols or visit temples. I hope there come a day I do, or maybe I won't. After all, I'm product of my beliefs, which is shaped by people, society, and experiences that I had while growing. Just like Mom, her belief was shaped by the way she was raised. PS, without internet. So it took her a while to change and she's slowly adapting. Instead of judging people for the way they treat women on her 4-day retreat, now I try to understand what caused them to believe it. Turns out it's not always about equality, and feminism at some point goes flying out of the window. It's a belief that has been handed down by generation with fear and myth. And the thing about belief is that it needs reprogramming, which takes a while because everyone has their own timeline. So instead of bashing people for all that they think, it's time we take charge of a society that can carry out sustainable reprogramming in those areas where people are scared and did not have access to the wisdom which is enlightening. Not judgment from one side and fear from other, not losing our shit. Me and you together against this fear that has been holding us for ages. It's time we reprogram our mind and collectively contribute towards a society which is not governed by fear or myth. While it's being imposed, we must also be patient with people who adapt to it with their own timeline. We are all scared of something.